So my first question is, what part of Kathy Wood's vision impacted me the most and why? So I would say the most impactful part of this podcast and her vision was her strong belief in the transformation power of AI, robotics over the next 5 years. So I think the idea of these technologies revolutionizing all industries, going from healthcare to gene editing to transportation with robotaxis. I think it really stands out to me because it shows how innovation can reshape the economy, create massive opportunities for growth. It's actually inspiring to think, at least in my generation, I would say that investing in these sectors now could actually potentially lead to me having like outside returns. And it also underscores the importance of understanding and embracing these technology changes. I would The second question I chose was, Kathy predicts that Bitcoin could hit 1.5 million. Whether if I agree or not, how does this kind of bold belief relate to how I think about taking risks? So I would say her prediction about Bitcoin hitting that much money is certainly bold, and it shows high level of conviction in the future of decentralizing finance and blockchain technology. So this kind of visionary for me thinking reminds me of taking risks sometimes requires like embracing uncertainty and looking behind conventional wisdom. So, however, it also reinforces the need for balance because you can't always be risky. So, while it's exciting to consider all of these possibilities, I think it's super crucial to, limit some of that exposure to, some highly speculative investments and, just make sure you're maintaining a diversified portfolio to manage potential downsides. Thank you. Another question I chose is, if I had $1,000 to invest today, where would I put it and why? So for me, I actually just talked about this in my other assignment. So if I had $1,000 to invest in today, I would likely split it in between a low cost or broad market ETF like Vanguard SPF 500, for long term growth, and a smaller portion in thematic fund focus on disruptive technologies such as ARC Innovation, also known as ARKK, if you would like to invest in that. So I think this would actually align with Kathy Wood's vision. Honestly, I think this approach balances the stability and, like I mentioned before, the diversification of like the broader market, as well as targeting like exposure to high growth sectors and giving like a blend of security and upside potential. So, with that being said, my last question was, did this podcast shift the way I thought about success, money, or future of work? If so, how? So, I would say, yeah. I would say the podcast shifted my perspective by emphasizing how rapid this technology advancements will not only redefine industries, but also the nature of work itself. I would say my generation is really hitting the workforce, so I think this really like opened my perspective. So I think success will increasingly depend on adaptability, continuous learning, and the ability to, actually leverage technology rather than resist it. Um, yeah, I was actually talking about this in my class the other day about how AI, you either get on it or you go under it. So I would think it also highlights that money invested wisely in innovation today could actually dramatically change financial futures. And I think I swear by that. So I think it's important to stay informed and open minded about engaging trends. Thank you.